Hey, video diary. Hanging out here, kitty. I twisted my knee, so hopefully not too bad. It's what it is. Same thing happened to the other one a few years back, and I went through a lot of research to figure out what was going on. Saw physical therapists, doctors. I did steroids for a course of that, and nothing worked until I found this heating wrap company that just makes a sort of like thing that you wrap around right over the area, and that fixed it. After 2 years of not being able to walk and being in a lot of pain, it went away. So I'm applying the same treatment. My wife says that I use jujitsu to punish myself, and I don't know. I love it. With all the years of stand-up fighting, I did grappling, which was close, but not close enough to really dealing with people's gravity all the time, and it's difficult, and you can get hurt, and you have to advocate for yourself very carefully as you train, to train to the right level, and depends on who you're with, and even then, you're gonna get twisted and grabbed, and so hopefully this won't be so bad. But it gives me a moment to reflect on other things and not be so obsessive. I get obsessive. That's my point here. My dear friend, said he's always been a scaredy cat about, hard drugs and things, and I think that I fit into that category, like I'm just too afraid to stick needles in myself. I mean, I know there's a thing that you work up to that. Anyway, I don't want to talk about drugs today. Drugs have predominated, how my son died, what that is for other people who are doing the same thing, that's the ugly part of all of this. I was having a kind of meltdown in a shoe store when my daughter called me, and this was a couple days ago. I was very, very upset. And she had spoken with somebody, and she just said a few things to me on the phone about where her journey is taking her, that really immediately helped me stand a little bit away from my own attachment, the attachment I have to my pain and my grief, my own personal loss. And those things were that your personality, my son's personality, is gone. Little traces of it live on in the people closest to him. And I really felt that around his body. You know, I felt more of his presence around his objects because they were things that were animated so recently by him with a purpose that was his. But his body itself, although it was sacred to me because of what it is, it in some just like profoundly direct way, it felt like, well, this is not him. We don't need to be confused about that. But it is what he was in, which is a weird thing to feel, particularly from an atheist. You know, that there was something not there that was there. And yes, it was the functioning of that biological system, but there's also just a sense of him. Maybe it's all in the brain, maybe not. My daughter also relayed that this person said to her that anyone who tells you that they can contact him is full of shit. I thought that was good. Yeah. And that he's been reincarnated already. So, just a strange thing to hear sitting in a shoe store. But somehow it was better than just grieving personally for my own personal loss with no dimension to it, you know, with no sense of its value. Like, what was the value of this experience of being a son, a father? What was the value for him of being a brother, a son, a friend? And I know the answer is very, very high value. Those experiences were within his lifetime, and I speak for his mother and myself and his family, like he was of the highest value. The experience, the moments. And I know he had that too. I know he felt that. You can tell. So to feel that, like, his essential essence, his essence is somehow gone on to another life, and that I must let go of trying to speak or relate or suffer. I don't know the words, but let go, say goodbye, you know. Give back. That's the words. Return. That I have returned. That he has returned. And it's not a religious thing, you know. There's not a religious aspect to this. It's spiritual, I suppose. But anyway, it made me feel at least like it knocked me out of my own hopelessness, or just feeling just feeling the loss all the time. Yeah, all this fits under the umbrella of there's nothing you can do about it, right? Because I cannot bring him back. And look at all the stuff people did to try to bring somebody back. It's never worked. The last thing is that the soul and the spirit, this person said something about the dimensional differences, like the soul being the personality, that person, and the spirit is the cosmic, you know, we're just connected to everything. We're a product of the universe, doing whatever the universe does. And I have no way of advocating for this or anything, but just in my own person, I have felt like these two dimensions, like this almost, and they're not, they're both in me. Like something that's always been here and shit. And something that I guess is just me, like, if there is another me, you won't be able to play the guitar. You won't, she, he, it, you know, it all. I always thought I'd lived before. I have always felt that. I have had even memories of things, little brief memories, and they've not been happy ones. It's hard to be consoled. I guess that's it. It's like, and I don't want to search for consolation. I want to I guess experience whatever I'm supposed to experience without trying to push it in any particular direction. One last thing is, the night my son died, I was doing a paint job for a friend of mine who is going to help me remodel my kitchen. And he is a custom furniture cabinet guy and knew my son. And for helping me do this job, I'm paying him, but he is certainly helping me. I said, I'll help you, get out of a paint jam. I don't know why I said it, but I was like, I'll give you a day of my time. And he said, oh, I really need that, and he never asks for anything. This is the guy that shows up but never asks for anything. So I know he does. And of course it's on the night my son died, like 1 year later. And I thought, because I've been wondering what I'm going to do. Am I going to cry all night or get suicidal or play guitar or I don't want a frickin' memorial, but I can work. I thought, like, no, it's something that Forrest would really really appreciate, especially for my friend.